Always. True to Caesar.
True to Caesar. Your dog's a little jumpy today.
Wait a second. What's going on? Am I playing Virgil to your Dante? I'd like to assume that we're tiptoeing into the mouth of hell out of academic curiosity, but I'm not so open-minded that I've lost my brains.
I know you've got reservations about the Legion, but you should keep an open mind. Kaiser wields a lot of power, and he can clean up the mess that is New Vegas.
Well, at least the mess is ours to clean up. Wait a minute. Am I going crazy, or are you actually suggesting it might not be bad if the Legion takes over?
I believe it's within the realm of possibility. You should try giving them a chance.
Okay. I just wanted you to confirm that I'm traveling in the company of an insane fascist. Thanks.
You're so judgmental. You've barely met any true legionaries like myself. If you spend time with us, I think you'll come to see things our way. Hey, Scrappy, how's it going today?
I wish I could hear the profligates weeping over the explosion at McCarran.
I can simulate the experience. Boo-hoo-hoo! Our monorail's destroyed. Wah! Hey, Achilles. Not in a talkative mood today? That's fine. Yo, Adelphus! Talking with the guard? Setting up some trade deals?
Ran away.
Yeah, not everyone's the friendliest. How about you, Velius? You still hanging in there?
I am a traitor and a coward, and I will be punished as one.
Honestly surprised you're alive still. Really tenacious. Looks like one of the slaves decided to talk back, and now they're making her do a ruck march. Hopefully you'll learn after today, and that'll be your last one. But sometimes they need several to get the lesson drilled. The little young legionaries, training to become the best soldiers they could possibly be. It's always a nice sight to see. The next generation of super soldiers, am I right?
We each serve the Legion in our way.
Indeed we do! From man to woman, from slaver to slavey, we all have our part to play. Raoul? Wolpus? Keeping guard outside the main tent? It's always good to have extra guards protecting our lord. My lord, I return with news of many victories.
I want you to join me in my tent. You and I are going to have a private conversation.
Oh, hope I'm not in trouble. That sounded nebulous.
All right, let's state the obvious. There's something wrong with me. The headaches started a couple of months ago. They weren't too bad at first, but now they come frequently and they're debilitating. For the past 2 weeks, my left leg has been dragging. It's stiffer, hard to move. And you've seen me blank out. Lucius says I stare into space, blink a few times, then keep talking like nothing happened. So what's the diagnosis?
I couldn't tell you specifics. It does sound very serious, though.
Yeah, it does. So if you can't help me, who can?
Don't you have your own auto dock in your tent? Why don't you use that?
It's never had a functional diagnostic scanning module. Without that, it's useless for surgery.
Do you know where I could find a replacement?
It's been said that the autodocs were standard equipment in the underground vaults where mankind survived when the bombs fell centuries ago. You can search the vaults, but every autodoc my Legion has run across has been stripped for parts long before we found it.
Oh, this sounds like a wild goose chase. But if that's the only lead we have, then so be it.
Do that, and try not to take too long.
Finding a functioning autodock repair module that hasn't been scavenged from a vault, that's like finding a needle in a haystack. But first you gotta find that haystack somewhere on Earth.
What a load of Brahmin shit! Can you believe that guy?
Are you referring to Lord Caesar?
Of course, Caesar! You can hardly even hold his men responsible, given how they're practically raised to worship him as a living deity. What's the point of surviving the war? Why did the founders of the followers crawl their way out of vaults to bring knowledge back to the wasteland? So we could act like the last 2,000 years didn't happen? Play dress-up so we can fight ancient wars all over again? No way is he getting away with this. I'm not letting it happen. You're not letting it happen.
Lord Caesar is an incredibly strong ruler, and he rules with an iron fist, sure, but it's only to avoid making the same mistakes that caused the downfall of civilization. The same mistakes the NCR are trying to repeat. If you give him some time, you'll see, Lord Caesar will lead us to victory. First things first, I've got to cure his mental impairment, which is going to be a tall order. I'm not a doctor, after all. Although, a doctor, Kaisar, I may have found somebody to solve your intracranial blastoma fibrillosis.
I'm not familiar with that condition. Is it treatable?
Yeah, it's a super simple procedure, as far as brain surgeries go.
Then go find some proper surgical tools. The medication from a doctor's bag might come in handy, too. I'll make sure you're allowed to bring the necessary medications into the camp. Hurry back. I don't know how long I've got.
I'm not going to be the one performing the surgery, actually. I recently stumbled across a doctor who's got medical expertise. You could take him as a slave.
I'll have my guards take him captive. If he cures my condition, I'll see to it that your reward is several times his value.
Hey there! Was it always your plan to sell me into slavery to Caesar, or was that a spur-of-the-moment thing?
I hope they're making you feel comfortable. You're probably going to be here for quite some time.
In the words of Socrates, go fornicate yourself.
I don't think Socrates said that.
Why don't you make like Odysseus and get lost?
You're making a lot of references to Latin culture I don't understand. Or is that Greek culture?
For as lack of adornment is said to become some women, so will this place, without your presence, bring delight.
Are you telling me to leave?
I've run out of witty ways to tell you to leave, so why don't you just go?
Okay, I get it. Okay.
I thank you for saving my life. Arcade will be a fine addition to my retinue. I trust this payment is adequate compensation for your troubles. Now, lest we grow sentimental here, the time for battle will soon be upon us. Legatus Linnaeus draws nigh. When he arrives, my legion will assault Hoover Dam. In the meantime, the profligates have prepared a welcome gift for us. The president of the NCR intends to visit Hoover Dam.
Does he now? And you want me to assassinate him? Won't that just anger the NCR, make them fight more fervently?
I don't have to explain the reasoning behind my commands. I just give them, and you do them. That said, every once in a while I hear something so ignorant I have to respond. This is one of those times. The profligates' morale is in the shitter. They've occupied the Mojave for years, getting picked off one by one. They were told it'd be easy. They keep being told that victory is right around the corner, that Vegas will roll over, become the sixth state of their little union. It's President Kimball who's been telling them that. When he dies, the enormity of his lies will come crashing down, the punchline to a bad joke.
Thank you for enlightening me. I guess I'm a better soldier than a leader of state. I will kill this man for you.
That's what I like to hear. One of my frumentaria set up camp near Hoover Dam. His name is Cato Hostilius.
Oh, him again.
Go to him. He'll have further instructions.
I look forward to reuniting with him.
You know everything you need to know. Be on your way.
I have a question first.
Even with a president to kill, you have questions?
Yeah, you mentioned your legate Linnaeus? What was that all about?
Linnaeus is the greatest of my battlefield commanders. Some might call him a great man, but I'm not sure he qualifies. Once, he was the greatest warrior of the Hydebarks, a tribe of the Arizona. Maniacal in battle. Sometimes he'd ambush Legion patrols by himself. When after several months we found and surrounded the Hydebarks camp, their chieftain raised a banner of surrender. The warrior, who was not yet Linnaeus, went insane with rage. He struck down his chieftain and attacked his own tribe.
Gee, sounds like a crazy mad dog. What happened after that?
He killed 15 before they brought him down. He didn't die, obviously. I had him tended to. He was maimed, most of his face torn off. It was days before he regained consciousness. When he did, I went to his bedside and showed him the helmet I'd had forged to cover his face. I said he could have it if he'd fight for me. He accepted, on condition that he be allowed to kill the surviving males of his tribe.
Ooh.
I said, make it the adult males, and you have a deal.
It sounds so brutal. He sounds crazy savage.
Linnaeus is savage. Savagely loyal, too, but only to me. He has no love for my legion. But this has its uses. He has no attachment to his men, no compunction about battlefield losses. All he cares about is destroying the enemy. When another legatus or a centurion fails to achieve results, I send Linnaeus to make things right. His first step is to beat the failed commander to death in front of his assembled troops. Then he orders the ritual of decimatio.
Oh, you're talking about true decimation? I've heard that word misused so much.
But in ancient Rome, the word had a very specific meaning. A punishment for cowardice. The legionaries are lined up in ranks. Every 10th man steps forward and is beaten to death by his brothers. It instills a certain robust obedience.
Is he leading the assault on Hoover Dam?
Yes. This time my legionaries will be more frightened of the commander behind them than the enemy before them. There will be no failure this time, no retreat, no years of gathering slaves and resources for another assault. With Linnaeus to drive the legion forward, the dam will be taken. It will be our bridgehead across the Colorado.
I'll give it to you. That was a pretty good pun.
Caesar was right to put his trust in you. Your skill in medicine is beyond anything I've ever seen before.
Yes, my medical knowledge of getting a doctor to perform the surgery. That's definitely wise of me. Caesar mentioned Lanius, the legate.
He's the best warrior in the Legion. A full legionary by the time he was 12, he's never lost a battle. Had the legate been in command during the Battle of Hoover Dam, the Legion would have won. I have no doubt about that.
He sounds strong and brutal, sure, but maybe he doesn't have a mind for tact.
I'm pleased that you were able to cure Caesar's malady. Though the legate is a fine leader, we yet need the wisdom of Caesar to guide the Legion.
Yeah, about the legate. What more do you know of him?
Quite a man, if man he be. To call Linnaeus ferocious would be an understatement. In battle, he seizes the enemy in his jaws and will not let go.
When he was but a recruit, I watched him kill 10 men in the arena with his bare hands. He doesn't feel pain, and he never ever shows mercy. If all legionaries were like him, the Legion would be invincible.
When his tribe gave up to Kaiser, he killed 15 men of his tribe, bare-handed. Also, I know he was ambushing Legion patrols on his own. He has killed armed groups of 5 scouts with almost no weapon used.
It took years for Caesar to conquer Linnaeus' tribe, and Caesar showed mercy to the survivors, allowing them to join the Legion. Had the positions been reversed, Caesar would be dead. Linnaeus is called the Monster of the East because he never, ever shows mercy.
Not even his slaves have seen his face. Struck them blind so they can't. Wears a mask. Don't even know if it's the same man. Broke the hangdogs by throwing their hounds upon the flames, so they might burn forever in the afterlife.
He thinks nothing of suffering losses, so long as the enemy suffers more. Though unsubtle, he's not dim. He detects traps and sets his own. He's never been defeated in battle. 14 tribes have laid down arms at his boots. Another 5 rendered extinct. Caesar prides himself on selecting the right tool to overcome each new obstacle. In Linnaeus, he found his hammer.
It makes me shrug while hearing about him a bit. He's a powerful man, but his problem is that he is dedicated to Kaiser, not the Legion.
Brute of a man. Wears a fancy metal mask in a battle. He killed one of my pack Brahmins simply because it was in his way. I knew better than to complain about it, though.
He is a force of violence, a wind of destruction that blows over the east. Very soon, that wind will ravage the NCR.
Linnaeus carries all the terrors of the East with him. When he arrives, he'll fall on Hoover Dam like a hammer. Break the bear in 2.
He can't be bargained with. He can't be reasoned with. He doesn't feel pity or remorse or fear, and he absolutely will not stop, ever, until you are dead!
Oh, it's a good thing that Caesar's got his brain surgeon to prevent him from dying. Otherwise, we'd all be screwed, huh? Sounds like Lanius would be a terrible leader. It's also a good thing I didn't try and attempt that surgery myself. Can you imagine? I guess it's all conjecture, because I don't need to do it.
You don't have to do it!
No, I just gotta go kill a president. See you later!
Oh, which one?
The NCR... Which one do you think? Kept you waiting, huh?
Awe, amicus. Always nice to see you. I was starting to get lonely out here by myself.
It's good to see you again, Kato. I hope you've been well since we killed Chief Hanlon.
Well, let's get down to business. Once we get started, we're going to be on a tight schedule. Are you ready to do this?
I am ready. Let's get it done.
Good. Now Kimball is scheduled to give his speech tomorrow. We'll rest here tonight and talk over the plan first thing in the morning. Get some sleep. You got a big day ahead of you.
All right, see you in the morning.
Rise and shine. So, do you have a plan for how you're going to kill Kimball?
The simplest solution would be a bullet to his head.
True, but I don't think it'll be that easy. Going in guns blazing with all the NCR troopers and rangers stationed at the dam will just get you killed. I do have some information that you might find useful, if you're interested. The president is scheduled to arrive sometime in the afternoon. It's going to be a short visit to boost morale for the NCR troops. He's going to arrive, give a speech, and then leave. No meet and greet, no questions, just a quick in and out. They're probably afraid something is going to happen. For good reason. I wasn't able to find a final itinerary for his visit, but if you can find one, you can get more details on what's going to happen.
I actually have those details already. I've been gathering lots of intelligence the last few weeks. Apparently he's going to be giving a special award to one Private Jeremy Watson. The pinning ceremony will happen after the speech, at which point the president will leave, or so he thinks.
Security is going to be tight. Rangers are stationed all around the observation deck where Kimball is going to give his speech. The crowd consists of troopers and a few select civilians who were lucky enough to bribe their way in. They shouldn't cause much trouble for you. I'd suggest you play to your strengths. There's probably plenty of ways to kill Kimball. Just find one that works best for you.
I've come up with a couple of ideas. My first idea was to reprogram the anti-aircraft guns in the dam. They could target the president's vertibird and blow it out of the sky immediately. However, I'm not familiar with the targeting programs for those guns, so I will not be able to do that. On a similar note, I could rig those anti-aircraft guns to explode by manipulating a nearby console. I just cut a few solders on the circuit board and rewire it to build up a charge that will cause the gun to explode sometime during the speech. However, my knowledge of these electrical components is imprecise. There's no guarantee it would go off during the speech and not before or after. But if I could make this happen, lordy, what an explosion it would be. I also thought it might be possible to hack the vertibird remotely, and I could update the flight controls with some garbage data. Then it would just be a matter of watching them try to take off. But again, not really within my realm of expertise. I'm also aware that the NCR will have counter-snipers stationed on nearby towers. I'd walk up to the ranger and he'd say,
"Nothing is going to happen to the president on my watch."
Completely oblivious to the fact that I'm a wanted terrorist. That's when I bust out my machete and take him out. Then I'll take his rifle and use it to shoot the president myself. Of course, this is all assuming that I hit the president, but if I don't take him out, there's a likely chance he'll get away. And then I'd probably try to fire feverishly at the helicopter as it left. And I might actually succeed at causing it to crash. But it's always possible that he gets away in the end. My next idea was to sabotage the vertibird manually. Unfortunately, I would need access to the landing pad. I'm sure I'd walk up to the guard and he'd say something like,
"No one can go upstairs without authorization."
And I could inquire, who's authorized to go upstairs?
If you have to ask, you're not authorized.
And I could try to appeal to his good nature, saying, I've always wanted to see the president's vertibird.
Sorry, no can do.
So in order to gain access to the vertibird, I would have to go inside the building and confront one of the engineers. I'd tell an engineer that one of the soldiers had vomited and he would need to get sawdust out of the supply closet. I'd follow him in there. After stashing his body in a locker, I'd put on the jumpsuit myself, and walk past that guard as if I was the engineer. I'd walk back up to him and he'd say,
"You're cleared to go on through."
And so I would, making sure to avoid the ranger, of course. I'd watch as the president's vertibird landed right in front of me, making especially sure not to be crushed by the landing gear. He would walk into the visitor center with his security detail and head to the podium to give his speech. In his absence, I would crouch behind the vertibird and place the bomb somewhere inconspicuous. However, this is assuming that the NCR Rangers nearby wouldn't be watching and shoot me on sight if they saw me tinkering with a bomb. It's a possibility, but a little risky for my tastes. Perhaps I'll be standing around, and I'll be attacked by a random fiend. I'll have no idea why he's attacking me. I'll have no clue who he is. And he'll murder me dead. And the president will flee. Maybe that will happen. Then I had the brilliant idea. If I can't put explosives on the vertibird, perhaps I could put the explosives on a person. Perhaps a person like Private Jeremy Watson, who would be within reach of the president. I'd walk up to him and he'd ask,
"Have you seen my helmet? I can't seem to find it."
And I'd lie to him and say, "You mean this helmet I just threw off the dam?"
You big joker, you. You're funny, I like you. I really need to find my helmet, though.
I'd search around until I found his lucky helmet, and then I would put the explosives inside. Being an idiot, he wouldn't notice the weight difference. Then I'd return to him and he'd say,
"I still haven't found my lucky helmet yet."
And I'd say, "Your helmet's right over there."
It's always in the last place you look. I wonder why that is. Thanks, mister. You're the greatest.
And then he'd run over there and grab his helmet just in time for the president to arrive. And as soon as the private stepped forward to receive his medal from the president, I'd hesitate for a second, and then I'd hit the button. I'd tuck the detonator back into my pocket, wipe the smile from my face, and then walk back into the crowd like nothing had happened. And I think, honestly, of all my possible options, that one would work for me.
You're the boss. I'll meet you there. Good luck.
All right, I'll see you at the dam, wealthy Brahmin Baron. Looks like I'm arriving just in time for the president. Wait. Is he leaving? Did I miss the speech? Has the president shown up yet?
President Kimball is really well spoken.
I missed it? Nobody shot him, nobody planted a bomb, he was A-okay.
That's a nice suit President Kimball had.
No, he lived. No.
That was a great speech.
Sorry, I missed it.
It was such an honor to be here today. I am so lucky.
At least that makes one of us. When news of my failure reaches Caesar, I can only imagine what he's going to say. But I've got to return. I can't just go rogue. I've got to answer for my failures. Hopefully my past service will be enough to prevent me from being permanently killed. Temporarily killed would be fine, but not permanently, no. That's me cracking jokes because I'm in big trouble.
It's actually not funny. You're probably gonna die.
I know. I know. Could you do me a favor? If they crucify me, could you come over and slit my throat? Make it quick?
I would, but that would involve me having to get out of this chair.
Could you make Dick do it?
I've told you before, I have delicate hands.
It would be a very delicate procedure. Just a little slit, an incision, if you will.
Also, I don't know what I did with my ladder.
You're just making excuses now, Dick! Come on, be serious!
I don't like the sight of blood. Don't involve me in this. I'm going somewhere else. I need to be somewhere that isn't here.
God, you are so unreliable, Dick.
I'm sorry, I just can't deal with the fact that you might... Excuse me, I must go!
God, he's such a sensitive soul.
Oh, you made Dick cry.
Bless that man.
Usually if I want to make Dick cry, I just gotta rip up his gardening books.
Why are you ripping up Dick's books? He deserves better than that! Oh boy, it feels good to be back in Legion Hell territory. I've never felt more at home among my brethren.
Awe,
True to Caesar.
Awe, true to Caesar. We serve him up until death, which might be impending. Hey, Lucius.
Caesar sleeps, but doesn't awaken. I fear it is only a matter of days before death claims him. You will answer to me until such a time as Caesar is able to resume leadership.
I'm sorry, did you say Caesar's incapacitated? Is his personal slave doctor working on helping him? Hey, Arcade! What? Oh. Oh. He's disemboweled himself. He used a scalpel to cut himself open and his intestines are spilled out. He always did love making references to Latin culture, didn't he? You wouldn't happen to have removed that tumor before you killed yourself, would you? Yep, he's sleeping like a baby. Baby with a big old tumor in his noggin. So, now what? I don't even want to think about what'll happen if he dies.
Legate Lanius will take Caesar's place at the head of the Legion. The Legate is a fine warrior, and the Legion will do well under his command.
That's so much worse than what I was assuming. I guess we're gonna have to deal with this some other way. He did mention a diagnostics module for his autodoc machine. I guess we could go try and find that. Hey everybody, good news and bad news. Good news is I'm not being crucified today. Bad news is Kaiser's about to die of cancer. But there might be a chance for us to stop that from happening. And maybe, just maybe, I will have atoned for my failure. No one's gonna stop us. No one, and no thing. I don't care what kind of animal stands in my way. The entrance to the vault, hidden, tucked far away. No one would ever suspect that this pile of radioactive ooze was actually guarding a door to a vault. If I die, retrieve this module for Caesar, and tell him I did my best.
No, peace,
Looks like we got some company in the vault, sadly. Sounds like we have a lot of company. We knew this wasn't gonna be easy. You were smart, you brought guns. I just have my machete and a couple of throwing spears. Raul, you want to make friends with these guys?
The wrath of Mars is upon you.
Don't you have some kind of hand signal? Some key phrase you could use to let them know that we're not enemies? You guys want to stop splitting up? If we group up, they won't be able to sneak up on us! Yeah, that's why we group up. This is why we group up. Jeez. What could possibly happen if we go in 5 different directions? Not like we could get picked off or anything. Guys? Oh, God! God, Raul, you look like all the other monsters I'm killing here. If you would just stick with me, I wouldn't accidentally strike at you. You wouldn't happen to know where the other 3 guys wouldn't, would you? Just stick by me from now on, please.
For glory and honor.
Adelphus, is that you? Where are you? God!
Butcher them.
You guys stop jumping around corners. I'm gonna accidentally stab one of you to death. That is not an exaggeration. Oh, okay. Guys? Oh, no. No, 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 no. Can I close the door, please? Close the door. Nope. That didn't work. That didn't work. Guys, I need help. Lots of help, please. Thank you for finally showing up to help.
For glory and honor.
Oh, brother. I know I should be in front because I got the melee weapon, but
okay,
I
guess we're doing this.
Butcher them.
Why don't you guys expend some ammo instead? Here he comes.
Hey.
You're gonna want to shoot him dead.
One by one.
Don't mean to tell you how to do your job, but it's either you or him. There it is. It's an autodoc. Oh, it's broken. Maybe we can salvage the part from it. Oh, okay. I have the diagnostic module. I guess we're getting out unscathed. Did I speak too soon? That's fine. I suppose I did pick up a weapon. I can help you out as best I can.
Rafaela.
They just keep pouring out, but it's okay. No, we lost Achilles. Maybe it's not so okay. We're gonna wanna put some space between us.
My jaw's still attached. Good. Can I get some help to keep it?
It's fine! It's fine, Raoul! It's not fine, Raoul. I'm sorry, I thought the radiation they were emitting would keep you safe. Turns out I was wrong. Okay. Fall back, we don't have to kill them all, we can just leave! We got what we came here for! Also, I'm very low on ammo! Vulpes, I'm out of ammo, we gotta leave, we have to leave them behind. I'm sorry. No. Vulpes, we gotta go! We gotta go now! No! Vulpes! Oh, hey! Hey, now why don't you guys stay down here and I'll leave? You can have the vault all to yourself. It's all yours. Thanks for all the radiation. Seriously, you can keep it. You can keep it. I don't want it. It's all yours. I just wanted the diagnostic module. You can keep everything else. They, oh god, they're still following. No, get me out of here. Ah! Oh god, so badly irradiated. Oh, Vulpes, you made it. You're the only one who made it, huh? It's just you and me now. Hopefully that was worth it, because we lost a lot of good men down there. Let's stop by a medical clinic and then go to the fort. I'd stop by the fort first, but, don't think the healing powder is gonna get rid of all the gamma radiation. Oh. It looks like the new Vegas medical clinic is expanding a bit. I guess without the NCR to tax them to death, they're able to spend more money on resources. It's always nice to see. Doctor! Doc! I don't care what you do in your recreational time, but I need help.
You're back. Do you need medical attention?
I guess the most pressing concern is all of the radiation.
Alright, this will only take a few minutes.
Oh, thank God for modern medicine that Caesar rejects. Otherwise, I'd probably die.
True to Caesar.
Caesar awaits.
Yes. Well, we don't know that for certain, Vulpes. Hopefully he's still clinging to life. Lucius, I'm back! Is he still breathing? He's still breathing. We're not too late, but we're gonna have to work quickly. I'll plug in the diagnostic module and get it working. No. No, this can't be right. It's an Apple brand diagnostic module. And this is an Android auto dock. They're incompatible. Damn you, proprietary formats! What are we gonna do? What can we do? Come on. Work, you piece of crap. Work! Caesar needs you! I don't know if it- sorry.
To my name.
No, that was an accident. No, I'm putting it away. I'm putting it away, I swear. I'm sorry. I suppose there's really only one thing we can do. Get out of the way, coward. I'll do it myself if I have to. I've never done brain surgery before, but how hard could it be? I guess here we go. Oh boy. Could you guys not watch me? I don't perform well under pressure. Just gotta, start right here. And then,
Caesar is dead. At your hands. This crime cannot go unpunished.
I tried to help him! You can't point the finger at me! I did more for him than you ever did!
What you say is true. I apologize for my rash action. It was out of grief and loyalty. Caesar's death is regrettable, but we can't let it stand in the way of the Legion's goals.
Caesar, please. Say something! Anything! Berate me for failing to carry out my duties! Tell me I'm stupid and that I don't know Latin! Give me a task that should exceed the parameters of one person! Anything!
This is a moment I'd hoped would not come for many years. Caesar's death puts the legate Linnaeus in command now.
I know. It's not great, is it?
Served Caesar well.
You mean the new Caesar? Maybe I could perform brain surgery on him. Wouldn't mind doing that one. You like the way I sheathed that scalpel?
Yes. Do you have something to report?
Now that Legate Linnaeus is first in command, who's his second in command?
Legate Linnaeus has not chosen anyone to be his second yet. It would be an honor to be selected, though.
I hope whoever he picks is able to temper the fire in him. I'd hate to see the Legion fall due to his negligence.
Wale.
Peace be with you. These are dark days. On the plus side, some of the white legs have finally been integrated.
The black armored rangers are said to be fearsome in battle.
They're not. They're pretty abhorrent. The ghouls in Vault 34 are a lot worse.
The Legion will survive Caesar's death. It must.
But for how long can it hold out? Hey, I need some healing powder.
With Caesar dead, I'm afraid for the women. The Legate is a brutal man, and he enjoys inflicting pain.
What do you know about him?
The Legate is not a man to be crossed, especially if you're a woman. That's all I'll talk about it.
It sounds like everyone's gonna be far worse off with him in charge. Hey, Bubbles.
Caesar was a great man. But the Legion will become even greater with Legate Linnaeus at its head.
I wish I had your confidence. I am not so optimistic myself. So today's not been the best of days.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it.
Lost 3 good men, and then also Kaiser, which is...
Wait, 3 good men? Isn't that a movie?
Adelphus, Achilles, Raoul.
Achilles died a long time ago. He was shot in the
Achilles tendon?
Yeah, with an arrow.
I think it might have been his son, Achilles Jr.
The only reason that he was impervious to anything is because he was dipped in the river Styx, but then why didn't she turn him over, hold him by the head, and dunk that part in, too?
You're talking about double dipping him?
Yeah.
You don't double dip, that's a party foul.
I don't think there's really party foul rules for dipping a baby into the river Styx.
Legate Linnaeus is in charge now.
What? What?
The monster of the East.
Did you not listen to the whole thing about it can't be bargained with, it can't be reasoned with, doesn't feel pity, remorse, or fear, and it absolutely will not stop ever until you are dead?
I didn't have any say in this. I would have made literally anybody else. I would have made Dick be Caesar.
I'm honored by your nomination, sire.
Dick Good has been reading up on his bomb defusal skills.
Dick, I thought you said you weren't able to do that.
Yes, the sight of blood unnerves me, but that's surgery. This is just bomb defusal. It's just a small box with some wires and a bit of explosives that if you mess it up, it will explode and kill you. Oh, dear God.
So you've defused it then? That's great news.
Oh, no, he didn't defuse it.
Why not?
Well, because we found out it's not a pressure-sensitive bomb.
Oh.
It's a time bomb.
Oh, okay. So how much time is left before...
Your plan worked perfectly, Miss Smiles. He had no idea that I was the one that put the bomb under his chair, though in retrospect we probably should have made the timer something less than 4 months. Now you and I and Cheyenne number 2 can start a life together, Miss Smiles. Or should I say, Mrs. Good?